Greetings everyone, this is Luandile here, the leader and the instructor of Manikwe School. Today we're actually going to be doing exercise 2.4 from this textbook here. Of course, I understand some of you guys think this is a pretty old version, but it's one version behind, because the latest version for Java, for introduction to Java at this time of the recording for this tutorial is actually the 11th edition. But the reason why I decided to pick the 10th edition is simply because I don't want you guys to do copy and paste. I don't want you guys to copy my solutions and paste them, because if you do so, you would not be earning a thing out of this tutorial or channel rather. So what I strongly suggest to do, you attempt these exercises by yourself. I will not be repeating this, you guys. I assume you're old enough to understand that cheating has never been a solution. So what I strongly suggest to do, you attempt these exercises by yourself, and then afterwards you get back to my solution and see what is it I did, like what are other ways you could have done it. And of course, I'm not saying my solution is the best solution. There are many ways, perhaps infinitely many ways one can go about solving a given problem, especially when it comes to programming. So what we're going to be doing at the moment, we'll be jumping on to exercise 2.4, which is actually on page 93 on this textbook. We're doing exercise 2.4. Again, another thing is, you guys, I'll make sure that I post the link onto this PDF in case you don't have a hard copy like myself. That way you'll be able to download it, That way you'll be able to download it so that you can have it. It has been a long day, guys, since I've been recording, so I'm going to ask you to bear with me. I can't even talk right now. Anyways, so let's read the question. The question reads, write a program that converts pounds into kilograms. The program prompts the user to enter a number in pounds, converts it into kilograms, and displays the results. 1 pound is 0.45 kilograms. Here is a sample run. This is more or less like what we did in exercise 2.3. We only had one solution, and likewise for this problem here, it's pretty straightforward, you guys. There isn't much you can do, so it's better we simply give a solution, only a single one. But of course, that doesn't mean we're going to do so on subsequent exercises. Okay, so what we need is, we create a scanner. We create a scanner, do read user input. Let's just go scanner. Another thing, you guys, if you've been watching my tutorials, especially chapter 1, you would notice that there has been a huge difference, or improvement rather, in terms of my computer speed, because we've been having this issue of it being too slow. I've improved my RAM, and as you can see right now, we're no longer having this problem we used to have. Okay, so what we do here, we simply close our scanner. Okay, and then we prompt a user to enter a number in pounds, not points, in pounds. Okay, system.out.print, not len print, enter a number in pounds. In pounds, we simply, you've got to notice here, you guys, the importance of commencing your code. We keep that user input in a variable. You see, if you decide not to comment your code, you're even making things worse for your instructor, in case maybe you're at a university or college or whatever. Like, by commenting your code, you at least making life easier for whoever will be marking your code. So I would really strongly suggest you do comment your code. So it's double number of pounds, and again, you make sure that you name your variables properly, not just, you don't want to abbreviate them, just give them a full name, but not something way too big though. You make sure of that, because that can be cumbersome to read too. So what we need next double. That's what we need. Okay, what else? Now we simply come up with a formula. I don't know if I spelled that right. Of course I didn't, but that's not the port change to formula. Thanks God for that. Okay, we know that 1 pound is equals to 0.454 kilogram. So what does this tell us? What does that tell us? That simply tells us that, because this is more or less like what we had on our last episode, and if you didn't watch it, I strongly suggest you do. So I will not be repeating myself. So I guess you guys know where is this whole thing coming from. So you know 1 pound is equal to 0.45 kilograms. So I said, okay, number of pounds, some number of pounds that a user will give us. Is actually equals to something that we've got to create. Let's call it X. So it's going to be X kilograms. So that simply tells us that X, if you cross multiply, we cross multiply the two equations, okay, to solve for X. Let me just go to solve for X. We're simply going to get 1 multiplied by X, 1 pound multiplied by X kilograms. We're simply going to look at X, and then we multiply 0.454, we multiply that by number of pounds, whatever the user has input. That will simply give us our answer. Okay, so that's simply going to be kilograms. So let's get back to the question. What was the question? Okay, write a program that converts pounds into kilograms. The program prompts the user to enter a number in pounds and converts it to kilograms and displays the results. 1 pound is okay. So we're simply going to say system.out.print go lean if you like to, but we don't have to. It's a matter of making a choice. No, actually we're not gonna go print line. We're not gonna be using print line. We gotta use print F because we also wanna format our output. So we gotta go pounds is that kilometers. Pounds is, let's just go 4 and go how many numbers? 3 numbers after a decimal point. Of course we need to start with a percentage sign. Let's go 3 numbers and go F. I hope by now you guys do understand how this printf thing works, because if you don't, you really are in trouble, because you definitely are going to be working with this for quite some time. So if you haven't yet mastered it, I strongly suggest you work on that. Okay, so let's see what we have now. Let's try to run this. Oh, what am I doing? It didn't even include the part where we actually, oh, let's just do this. Oh damn, that's gonna, of course we can do this, of course we can do this. Let's just go double. Number of pound. What's happening here? Oh, I forgot the semicolon. Get that out of the way. Number in kilograms. Let me call it that. Again, you guys, there was absolutely no need for me to put this thing on this variable. I'm just doing it anyways. So let's see what we get if we run this. It put what they decided to input here, which is simply 55.5. 55.5. Let's see what we get. Well, our answer is 25,197. Same as what we have right here. That's pretty much it, you guys. See you on the next tutorial. Cheers.